What is going on, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to another Sunday afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Footy Fantasy Podcast. Ah, bruh, I see two tired faces of this podcast today, and even three. All three of us, we look tired. You know,
I'm cool.
are you sure you're cool? I think
I'm good.
I think Toby has a few extra gray beards right now. The last time I saw you,
Last time I saw it was jet black, man. And that was last year's Champions League. Jet black.
No, but people, we come to you live every Sunday, right here on the Footy Fantasy Podcast. On Instagram, we are at Fantasy Footy. On YouTube, we are Footy Fantasy, and on X, we are Footy AD Fantasy. If you're not following the channel yet, give us a follow on YouTube. Like the video, share with people that you love and hate, and the people that you want to cook, and the people that are cooking you as well. If you're not able to join us live every Sunday, they're usually like highlights that get posted. And yeah, let's get into it. Today I have our brother Benny the Broken Man, like anti-Todd Bowley, the most persistent anti-Bowley fan I've seen over the last 2 years. What's going on, bro? Good to see you, man.
I wish I could say I was good, but we'll take it the way it is. I am what I am.
You're good. You're good. No, you're good. You're perfect. Toby, what's good, bro? You all right?
I'm doing really well. Doing very well. Thank you.
I know.
I was driving home today, and I pulled out my phone. I was looking for a soccer store because I was about to go buy a Coventry jersey before this podcast. But thank God you saved me some money. But I was literally looking for a Coventry jersey in this Houston because I was going to wait today. It was going to be peak. Let's just put it that way. This close.
Shameless. You shameless MFer. I cannot believe you are this shameless. I cannot believe
this close.
Bro, listen, I'm supposed to be shameless one.
Should we start? That's where we should start now.
No, that's where we should start.
Correct thing.
Who's the most shameless? Okay.
No. No, let's start with today's FA Cup game.
Okay, let's go in. Let's go there. Let's go. Do you think I'm scared? I'm not scared. No, I'm not scared. Okay, I don't want. Did you watch the game? I'm gonna get your take first before I go in.
No, I did. I did actually watch the game. I just watched the highlights, and I was following it online.
Did you see any part of the game?
I saw parts of it. I saw
all the goals.
When I saw 3-0, I was like, okay, this is a foregone conclusion. But given United's history, this last couple of months, the way they lose leads in the end, I should have known there was still more to be played.
Yeah.
But I gave them too much credit. I thought, it's Coventry. Coventry can't come back. But again, they're lucky, and somehow made it. Don't mind me. I'm just a little salty from yesterday. Sorry.
Let's talk about your game before we go to Coventry. Toby, I know you're itching to cook, but let's talk about Man City Chelsea. Benny, I was hoping that your team would continue the good work that Real Madrid started during the week.
Right.
And I was really hopeful. Had you guys made it to the final, honestly, I wouldn't have minded whoever won the final between my team and your team. I really wouldn't have cared because I hate Man City that much. I needed justice to be served. Dio, welcome. We greet you. So Benny, tell us how are you feeling right now?
I feel like somebody gave me hope and just took it away from me again. I feel like, because I went into that match, it's City versus Chelsea. I mean, now ignoring the fact that we tied them both times this season, the quality. There's a whole what's it called? What's this thing in Arizona? Is it Phoenix or in Arizona or something? There's a canyon between City and Chelsea in terms of quality, and I thought that was going to show itself. But what I didn't expect was that the blowback from the Madrid game would have been that immense, because I don't know if anybody watched that game, but City were so sluggish to everything for at least the first 70 minutes.
You mean
They
your
were
game? You
so
mean the Chelsea game?
the City Chelsea game. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
sluggish to everything, and I was like, wait,
I agree.
yeah, we might have a chance to actually beat these guys, and we had the chances upon chance upon chance upon chance upon chance.
Yep. Yep.
Unfortunately, we have a part-time bricklayer who also, works as a footballer, and claims to be a striker in Nicholas Jackson, who honestly I didn't really blame him much. I don't blame him. He's when you take a thriller to run a marathon, or not a marathon, a sprint,
Formula One race.
from round race. Exactly. So he's not a striker, he's not an out and out striker. We knew this before. But it was just disappointing that this guy had clear chances and couldn't convert one. Just one needed to be converted. And as much as it's easy to blame him for like not qualifying, I also look a bit I look at Pochettino, for instance. That guy should have his changes have been very, very erratic. This not erratic, but just it doesn't make sense.
Like the
That
substitutions.
changes. And yesterday was a prime example. Noni Madueke, who I think is not qualified to consider himself a Chelsea player, but then again, I think most of them should not be Chelsea players. That's why we're where we are today. But Noni, for example, should not be starting that game. Now, if you want to reward him for the previous games where he has done well, fine, give him first half. But that guy was inexistent in that game. Inexistent. He should have brought in Sterling, who, granted, he's been having issues. Sterling shows up in big games, especially against his ex-team, City. He is always like playing like a bull. This guy waited till the 88 minutes to bring in Sterling. I was pissed. That was what made me the most upset, actually. Not the fact that Jackson missed 3 sitters, or maybe 4 sitters, or not the fact that Chilwell had a brain freeze where he should have passed. He was just dressing the ball, rubbing the Vaseline. Not the part, not the point that City were there for the taking, and we just defecated the bed, for lack of a better term. So
Mm.
I'm just upset because things could have been way different. I got like I was very hopeful. The first 10 minutes, like, wait, City there's a hangover here. You can get this. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Turn to get out of here, boys. So I'm tired. I'm tired of Chelsea this season. I'm broken. No hope. Nothing. I hope we lose the rest of our games because there's nothing to play for again.
You
I know it's
hope
my
you lose the rest of your games.
no, it's lose it or win it. No concern me. Oh wait, sorry. I hope we lose the rest of our games except the game against Arsenal. That's the
Arsenal.
only one.
Okay.
That's the
So I
only
need
one.
you to show up for that game.
That's the only one that I will break my TV for if they don't play well. They need to beat Arsenal. If after that, that's all. We're not playing for anything against this season. The season is over. So that's my only hope right now.
Let me take comments real quick. I know Toby wants to open his mouth and talk, but let me take comments real quick. Facebook user goes, by the way, if you're commenting from Facebook, put your name at the end of the comment. That way we know who you are. Facebook user goes, oh my God, just from the host and title, I can tell it's going to be 1-star level. Cook with what? Certainly not gas. I'm sorry, one club got dumped out of their camp this week, and one club barely made it to the final. Hey, okay, all right. Cook with what, Toby? This beef when y'all got no fire. Look, I think this is the same person I'm not sure if it's the same person. Anyway, look, y'all need to leave Nico Jackson alone. It's clear that he's not a footballer. He is.
I was driving home today and I was
Sure it's the same person. Anyway, look, y'all need to leave Nico Jackson alone. It's clear that. What?
Are you recording yourself?
What the heck? What happened?
I don't know what that was.
That was your voice.
That was your voice.
All right,
Man.
let's keep going.
No, I was reading the comments. Okay. Not the Vaseline, left my ass off. All this Facebook mess has been from Suzumabachi. Oh, Suzumabachi. Of course. Congrats, Oga, through for you, my guy. I think that's Linger. God, I hate you. Okay, Toby, what do you think of Chelsea's game yesterday?
So I didn't watch the game, but I can tell you from everything I saw and everything I read I think Benny's right. I think City played 120 minutes on Wednesday. I don't know if you saw Bernardo Silva's comments after the game.
No,
he basically said he had to have, I think he was talking about he had to have a shot in his hamstring and one in his calf, and he was in pain even on Wednesday. And he was basically saying it's not fair to Man City. It's not fair. Footballers should not be put through this. So whatever happened, of course, Crimea River. Well, I mean, there's a broader thing about player welfare that I think we should talk about, but that's not the topic for today. But I just think that I think Ben is right. I think City didn't have the legs for a running battle, which Chelsea always gives you, and they were there for the taking. But unfortunately, the Chelsea squad is not a proper squad in terms of how it was assembled. I had this debate with Dada when Todd Bowley was doing his experiments. I said, look, shit has never worked before. You're not going to make it work now. Football is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. And so I just think it just showed that even when Man City could not run or could not walk or could not, they were at their worst. That's their worst they've been this season. Like Chelsea with that one thing to play for could not capitalize. I mean, it's bad, but I mean, I don't think Chelsea squad is ready, so I'm not even going to troll them. They're just not ready this season.
Yeah,
take them a couple more years, so it's all good. I didn't come here to cook Chelsea. Let me put it that way. Like they already cooked. There's no point.
I mean, before we go to I watched the Chelsea game yesterday, and I look. All I'm going to say is, Chelsea fans, you guys, just from what I saw, you guys can lay the blame at the feet of Nicholas Jackson, like big man timber. Like seriously, I would rather have Michael Jackson up front than have Nicholas Jackson in any team. Seriously, man out here dancing like a B-Tech R&B singer. This guy out here can't even, bro. This guy had three sitters. I have a B-Tech Haaland in my team. He would have finished at least one of those chances, at least one. And he is dead food. 72 million pound pile of shit would have finished at least one of those chances. Jackson failed to finish it yesterday. I cannot believe how Pochettino, bro. I mean, I guess it's not his fault. He has no options.
Yeah.
But
who signed Jackson? Pochettino didn't sign Jackson, did he?
Yeah, it was this season. He came in.
But did he sign him? Well, when did he come in? Did he come in after Pochettino was announced or before?
It was honestly most of those signings weren't Pochettino. Let's be honest.
They were.
Most of those
they were institutional signings. Yeah, I agree. I think they were
institutional signings. Actually, I doubt Pochettino has any like signings that you like. Okay, this guy I wanted like no. Most of those signings were just like from the top, just erratic, stupid. I don't know if it was like stats based or something. They just went, oh, he looks like he's young. How do you pay Enzo? Let me just stop. Let me stop. But then again, Nicholas Jackson, as much as we give him flack, and I know it's easy to like just you can call him dead food. But here's the thing. One fact is he is very pacey and he's a handful. He's a handful for a lot of those defenders, and he gets himself into those positions, which is complimentary. We won't be talking about Jackson right now if he just puts away one of these chances. So the fact it's the problem is not necessarily him as a player completely. It's just his finishing. That's the issue.
Well, that's the point
and
of
his attitude.
Darwin Nunez gets into positions. This guy gets into more positions than a porn star. He can't finish.
Oh, God.
He can't finish. He still cannot finish. What's the point of getting into all these positions?
Here's an interesting stat. Here's an interesting stat for you. Darwin Nunez has missed more big chances than Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
We know that. Level. Yeah, he has missed more big chances than Nicholas Jackson. However,
and he gets cooked as well.
And he gets cooked as well. And Liverpool fans are frustrated.
He's built out a lot. He's built out a lot because he has players around him. This one feels like it's more important.
Hold on. Not that. How many match-winning goals has Nunez scored for Liverpool? When you look at that, then it tells you why he's getting bailed out. Why he's not getting the same level of criticism. How many match winners has Nunez scored?
He has scored quite a bit, actually, honestly.
That's the difference. How many match winners has Nicholas Jackson said, okay, I give you 3 points? I mean, that game against Spurs, where Spurs was down to 9.
I'm not trying to
20 chances.
I'm not trying to say Nicholas Jackson deserves more blame. I'm saying Nunez doesn't get enough blame because his were not as consequential as Jackson's misses. Jackson's misses, the fact that he's against City, 1 goal from Jackson, and that game is a different tie.
How many strikers score 1 goal of 2 big chances? Very, very few. Let's be honest.
But he gets in it, so I don't know. See, here's the thing. It reminds me of Werner a bit, but then when I got to a lot, the thing is, when I didn't score a lot, his finish was trash, atrocious. But he was getting into those positions, which was why Tuchel kept playing him like over and over again. And I think that's part why Poch keeps playing Jackson, because he gets into those positions. He gives the defenders a lot of work. But what bothers me with Jackson is that you have this big flaw in your game, yet you have the audacity to be like pompous. When you finally score a goal, you now go out there and telling fans, shush, be dragging PKs with people. When you know that this is the point where you should be humble and take whatever flack you're getting and just be humble about it. No, he wants to be pompous about it, which is why people are just mad at him right now.
Yeah, but did you see United celebrating today? Something they should not be celebrating.
Don't be out
They're
here
celebrating Coventry penalty. VAR saved their asses.
Yeah, Toby.
Yeah.
I need to hear Dio's opinion on this whole Chelsea / Nicholas Jackson thing before we move over to the United cooking.
Nicholas Jackson, I think, is just the Morata of this time. I actually don't believe that guy is Senegalese or African. No Senegalese goes by Nicholas Jackson.
Seriously.
It's probably maybe his younger brother is gonna be Michael Jackson or what. Like, that doesn't make sense. You don't go by Ba, you don't go by Bamba, you don't go by correct fear-inducing names. Fear-inducing name. Ture, Bamba, Diakite, those kind of names.
Yeah.
Not pick Nicholas Jackson. That guy's probably from Barbados or something. So he gets into positions that he's paid to score, and not all this nonsense he's doing. And I just don't know. I feel sorry for Chelsea fans and the most annoying part of it is the penalty saga. Like, Dele Ali said, when it was 4-3 against Man City, last minute penalty, all of them were hiding. Palmer came out to take the penalty.
Yep.
Now you see 5-0, you now want to
you are
now showing chest and fighting all over the place.
Exactly.
Man, you shouldn't be doing that.
Seriously.
Like, go and hide your face. If you want to show yourself, yesterday was the time to show your face that, I'm the man of the team. I'm the big man of the team. You didn't do that yesterday. See what you did yesterday. Now, when it's 7-0 penalty, you now bring your chest and be fighting.
Meanwhile, your chest is
even me, I can play penalty at 7-0.
Exactly.
No pressure.
Get out of here.
No pressure.
You want to show chest at 5-0, your chest out here like Paris Hilton's chest.
So you can't you pull hamstring before you get to the ball, sir.
Okay, let me take comments quickly. I think this is Suzumabachi. How is this not Poch's fault? The man has a massive roster, even if it is not a complete team. It's no more makeshift than United, true. And Poch keeps selecting poor performers. The fraudulence is clear. Ayo goes. Jackson has a lot of potential. He's still growing, and we need to iron out his poor finishing. Nah, allow it, bro. What he needs to iron out is his birth certificate. I like his link up on the post.
That part I agree with. The link up and the approach. I don't know about link up. But
it's not fair to compare. Yeah, for me, it's not fair to compare Chelsea and United squads. I'm sorry. United has zero excuse. The manager was replaced before the transfer window. Right? They went out themselves and brought Casemiro and gave him retirement contract for 5 years. They went out themselves and went to get Anthony. They went out themselves. So this is, you can't blame, at least Chelsea, we know it wasn't a football person that puts this team together.
We know it was the dumbass that put it together, yes.
Yeah, it was the dumbass that put the team together. So
exactly.
Fine. And the manager got there after the fact. So I'm sorry. I get Chelsea's wahala, but United literally has no excuse. You spent more money than any other team.
Transition into the cooking right now. Go ahead.
Just one before we transition from Chelsea. I know we talked about the comment was talking about Poch being at fault. I don't think he's blameless, but I think that he has been put in the position that most top managers would suffer. And he's not helping himself with the way he picks the teams. But I mean, when half your top squad are like in the clinic, like on fighting for position on the clinic bed or whatever, like it's hard to like perform there. And I don't know if he has much influence over transfers or anything. He's in a position where he has players that are locked into long-term contracts. All these guys you are saying that are useless this season, they will be useless for the next 7 years at least, because they are locked into these long-term contracts. Nobody wants them. The values are down. Nobody's coming there and say, give me Caicedo there. Give me Jackson. Give me, who's this? Give me Noni, Madueke. And these guys, matter of fact, Enzo just extended his contract by 1 year. Someone that's 8-4, he has extended it by 1 year again. So
wasn't that that was for FFP reasons, right? I think they did that. That was
whatever it is. I think you can clearly see that the owners are running it as a business that has nothing to do with football. They don't know that there's a direct relationship between what's being played and the business. So, I mean, in a few years, we'll see. In a year or two, we'll start seeing the issues. Sure, we just saw the hotel to keep in touch with FFP.
You just saw the hotel
next year. We saw the hotel at something million pounds just to stay in whatever with the losses, the 3-year loss, whatever. We'll see what we sell next year.
That's a Hoyland. You could have just come and collected Hoyland instead of selling for 75 million pounds. Anyway,
can we talk about United?
Toby, go ahead. Let me have
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely. Go ahead.
United Coventry. I just want to say congratulations to United for getting to the second final.
Thank you very much.
I think ETH.
United fans, please congratulate yourself.
Yes, I think ETH has done an excellent job. That's 2 finals in 2 years.
Yep.
In 2 years, and I don't think that's something you guys should take for granted. It's not every team that gets to go to a final, right? So I really do think that if anything, you should extend ETH's contract.
Yep.
And you all should put some respect on his name and stop it.
I mean, behave yourselves.
Hold on.
Actually, 3 finals.
3 finals. You won Carabao.
Thank you.
Thanks. How many managers come to England and we get to 3 finals?
Bro, the last time Arsenal won final was they were playing Final Fantasy, bro. Get out of here. What are you talking about?
Okay.
No manager.
Yeah. But my point is, okay, you know my manager won the FA Cup in his first season. So
why is it the best season? Why
hold on.
Unai squad.
Yes, wait, hold up now. He won the final
with Unai Emery squad.
Okay. With a useless squad.
The only thing he has won since then
I'm confused. So you're saying it's because it wasn't the squad?
All I'm trying to say is you want to cook, but there's no oil, bro.
No.
You want to cook,
there's
but
a lot of
manager has no pot.
Because your team.
You want to cook, but there's no meat to cook with. Because your manager, I'm telling you, this is the best.
Can I say something? No.
No.
What if he's vegan? Doesn't mean meat.
Okay. Dude, calm down.
No.
We're talking about United Coventry. This FA Cup review. You have to take it because hold up, you go 3 goals up against a championship side.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody was like, game is over.
Yeah.
All you have, your manager says he wants to say
a mid-table championship side.
Yeah, but your manager says he wants to play counter-attacking football or he wants to play. He lies. Nobody knows what he wants. But he says at least he wants to play counter-attacking football. You're 3 goals up. You should be able to counter-attack a championship team, right? And then you guys conspire, and I watched all the highlights, all the goals, to go down to 3-3. And they actually won the game because I was driving. BBC updated their app.
I saw it.
And they said 4-3. They says Coventry goes to the final. I parked. I was driving. I said, no, I got to cook some. So I kid you not. I couldn't be driving at the same time. I just pulled into one parking lot, into a gas station. I parked. I looked at my phone. Then my WhatsApp group was blowing up. My Arsenal WhatsApp group was blowing up. Then I said VAR. I was like, VAR. So literally, they actually beat you guys. It was a 2-0 decision.
Yeah.
They beat you guys 4-3. But okay, if you want to spread your chest and say you've gotten to a final, I'm going to love this final because you know you're going to be playing Man City.
Yes.
And I think and I'll say here, you can come and cook me after. There's no chance you guys are winning that game.
I agree with you.
0.
I agree with
Complete
you.
0.
I agree with you.
That's all I have to say. Congratulations for today.
Thank you very much.
It's a mid-tier championship side, and you all are doing great.
Happy belated birthday, Benny. Somebody said Benji. Who's Benji?
I don't know who's Benji. I'm not Benji.
Who be Henry?
I think he meant to say Benny. He's talking about
Benny.
me. Yeah.
Okay. Because instead of me congratulating somebody else on their birthday. Anyway, happy belated birthday, Benny.
Thank you.
I hope you live long enough to see Chelsea win under Todd Bowley. Now, look, Toby, I hear you. Okay, I hear you, and I can sit here and try to be, to deflect and be shameless. But let me cook my own team first, right? Because when I tell you that this manager is a weed dealer at best. Right? And he's one of those weed dealers that smokes his own shit. I'm telling you. This guy needs to fuck off out of my club instantly. Tonight, he has to get sacked.
It's funny when you remember his Dutch.
I gave up on this man in the second week of the season. I put him under fraud watch. I put him under fraud watch in the second week of the season. And literally the week after that, he was in trial, right? And the week after that, we found him guilty and we sentenced him. This guy is not him. At best, he's the guy before. In fact, he's not even the guy before the guy because he has made us regress. That is my opinion. And people can talk about the players are dead food. Oh, yeah. Two things can be true. Well, like it doesn't have to be binary, okay? But tell me something that you see from this manager that shows you that he has a plan to dig Manchester United out of the hole. Tell me.
None. I don't see anything.
There's the two players that he has been heavily reliant on this season, Maguire and McTominay. Those two players should be out of the club.
And he wanted one of them out for sure.
Those two players are the two players that he
puts on transfer list. Maguire was asked to find another club.
He literally pushed them out of the club, right? And now he's heavily reliant on these two guys. So you can tell me that the players are dead food. I knew that already. Tell me something I don't know. And when
it's
you
say funny for us to watch, it's funny. It's funny for us to watch.
Oh, get out of here! And when United and when Eric Ten Hag fans talk about, oh, you're gonna sack another manager and then you're gonna leave these players. Who told you these players are gonna stay? Who told you these players are going to stay?
FFP.
The only player that is impossible to get rid of, the one player who's impossible to get rid of in that United team is Marcus Rashford, that pace merchant, the gala seller from Oshodi. I swear to God, if that guy was not born in Manchester, he would be selling gala in Lagos traffic. That's what that's the best his skill is useful for. That's all. This guy is not a footballer. There are people who are footballers. There are people who merely play football. Rashford merely plays football. That's it. And that's the only player who is impossible to get rid of. Why? Because the United leadership foolishly and stupidly offered him a crazy contract just last year. But every other player, they can get rid of.
Tell me how you get rid of Casemiro. He's on £500,000 a week.
How do you get rid of Højlund? You just bought Højlund.
No.
I'm talking about the players that have to leave. I'm talking about the players that have to leave the club.
Casemiro doesn't have to leave?
He has to leave. He has only
Anthony doesn't have to leave.
You gave him 4 years.
No, he has 2 years left. He has 2 years left. And Saudi Arabia will come get him. Oh, I don't know what that is. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Just because the players have to go does not mean the manager has to stay.
It's because you're blowing gas. You're blowing gas up.
I don't even know what this Apple thing is.
Because you're blowing hot air. You're blowing hot air.
Balloons start flying off.
Hot air.
Okay, so now, So now to this game. I watched United fans on YouTube. Talk about there is no way Coventry is going to beat us. I watch United fans talk about we are definitely going to the final. If we're lucky, we'll meet Chelsea, but we'll win Manchester City and we'll beat them again. You guys are forgetting that this is the same Manchester United team and the same Manchester United manager that couldn't last 13 seconds at Wembley last year. 13 seconds. No Viagra settings, bro. These guys are playing like a 90-year-old dick. Nothing. They can't stand up for nothing, bro. So you're confident that this United team was going to Wembley Stadium. Bro, United specializes in disappointing at the biggest stage. And you thought that it was a foregone conclusion that we're going to beat Coventry, just easily like that. I think Coventry in the 60th minute of that game, they were like, wait, this is Manchester United we're playing. These men are dead food. And then they began to play football. And you saw what happened. And you saw what happened when any team, regardless of where they are in life, when they decide to play football against Manchester United, you see what happens. Bro, we become open like a 24-hour gas station. We become open like Mia Khalifa's panties, bro. That is exactly what happens.
Oh, my God.
When you decide to play football against Manchester United, that is exactly what happens. Now, that being said, my team might be dead food. My manager might be trash. But 10 years, go back 10 years, this is the worst I've seen Manchester United. Go back 10 years, this is the best I've seen Arsenal. Bro, we've won up the...
So what does that tell you? So hold on, what does that tell you?
Hold on, we've won this amount of...
Wait, hold on. What does that tell you?
That's what that tells me is...
What does that tell you?
What that tells me is...
That one team is Benny, do it. One team is doing this.
The other team is doing this. One is going down.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. The point is,
like Wakanda. Hey, this is your team.
even at my worst, I'm performing as well as you.
How? You went to the Champions League and went out in the first round.
Your Mikel Arteta.
Stop it. Okay, hold up. I let you talk. Let me take you back because you were on the same podcast with me before the season started, right? I was here.
I was chatting mad shit.
Hold up. What did I tell you? Can you remember what I said? I expect Arsenal to finish this season, given how we went transforming to. What I said, for me to think Arsenal has a successful season, two things. I need to see that last season was not a fluke, that we dragged with City. And two, I said when we go into Champions League, I want us to at least get to the quarterfinals. I want us to be able to go past round of 16. If you don't believe it, go find the tape. I said this over here.
I remember. I remember.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, whatever.
My point is, we've already met expectations.
Okay.
Right now, my expectations, given the squad.
Okay.
And the fact that our manager is going to make mistakes, he's going to learn, he's going to do stuff. But the fact is, I know we're maybe 4 or 5 players shy of really dragging City. I don't mean dragging you or dragging Chelsea currently, or I mean dragging City, because City currently has the best squad.
Wow. No.
We're obviously not dragging Chelsea.
You said, hold up.
We're not dragging Chelsea.
You were over here.
You're behind us. Hold up. Last season you finished behind us. Hold up. Let me finish. Oh my God. Last season you finished behind us. This season you finished behind us. Last season Chelsea finished behind us. So if I'm building my squad, I'm building it to beat the person that's clearly better than me, which were Liverpool and City.
Okay.
Right? Those are people we're dragging with. Okay. So I'm saying, if I'm looking at the squad, I'm not saying who do we need to sign to bet a squad that's better than Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm saying who do we sign that makes us better than City? Okay. And I think we're 4 players short. So as much as you want to say, yeah, you've achieved the most, if you want to count it on FA Cup and Carling Cups, my man won a FA Cup. He gets 0 credit for it. Arteta won an FA Cup his first season. Nobody says it's a success.
Look,
with the FA Cup.
Whoa.
The narrative.
All I'm saying is this.
You
man have been on that. You guys have been.
No, it didn't.
That FA Cup.
That gives him credit. That was credit in the bank.
It was his
gave
first
him credit
season.
in the bank.
Yes. No. Even
you
guys
was
he credit in the bank for it.
No, I didn't. Because after the FA Cup, I was still Arteta out. Let's understand what happened. Arteta came in and won the FA Cup his first season when he came in January, when we poached him from City and we kicked Emery out, right? That season he won the FA Cup. Then he extended Aubameyang's contract and he did all that stuff. And then we struggled. And then it was in part of that season that I was Arteta out when we went to 15th. That was after FA Cup. No manager, you've already said it, your manager won Carabao Cup. If he wins FA Cup, let's say you guys beat City, do you give him
back him
in your mind?
Back him, bro. I don't care if he wins the World Cup. I don't care if he wins the Olympics in Paris.
Okay,
back
but why
him
is that
now?
So it tells you that at this level, where at least all of us are talking about, we know the 2 most important competitions are Premiership and Champions League.
Yes.
My club hadn't played Champions League in 8 years. We hadn't been in round of 16 in like 16, right? Of course, you want to cook us on our European history for sure. We don't have any, right? I'm not even going to argue that things that are factually based, right? The point still is that the man took us past round of 16 and he got to quarterfinal. Do I feel bad for losing to Bayern, this Bayern team? Yes. Do I think Arsenal deserve to win the game? No. Am I disappointed how Arsenal played against Bayern? Yes. I can be disappointed in that.
Bro, you might still look Bayern team that was looking like Hoffenheim, bro.
No. I mean, you're saying that, but that forward line basically won the Champions League 3 years ago. So yes, without Kane. So I mean, yeah, of course.
Bayern Munich has been looking like Bayern Ibadan.
Whatever. Yes, I already said we disappointed. I'm disappointed in my club for how they performed. Not even they went out to Bayern with 1 goal, right? Let's state things. It was a draw and a 1-0, right? And I'm saying I'm disappointed how we played, not even so much the result, because I know 1 goal result can go anywhere. But I'm disappointed how we played Bayern personally. Yeah. But so if you want to cook me for Bayern, cook me.
He's a Bayern fan, sir. Let's hear from
him. Go ahead, take it away. This is why you're here anyway.
So the way I posted on the Facebook group, so the way some things change and they still don't change. I've been following Bayern for like close to 3 decades, and we don't lose to Arsenal. And I thought this was going to be the closest. We cannot lose to Arsenal. It's a slap to lose to Arsenal.
This is why I came back.
Yeah. I told someone in year 2000, I remember we went to Highbury 2-2. Henry and Kano score. We equalize. We went to Olympic Stadium. 1-0. We beat them. In that year, Mr. Saka and Mr. Musiala met their wives, and they conceived, and they gave birth to children. Arsenal changed stadium. Bayern changed stadium. Saka went to Arsenal. Musiala went to Bayern. 24 years later, they are still coming with the same result. Some things can never change. How will Arsenal beat Bayern? It's historical. We cannot lose. 2005, same thing. We beat Arsenal. Then came the 2010 series when we started giving them 5-1, 5-1. Now coming to this time and thinking, so
hey, can you mute this guy? Mute this guy. It's okay now. Mute him. Daniel, I already came out and I said I'm supposed to send him off. Give him that blue card.
Nah, red card. Nah, this nigga not good.
My guy came in here, picked up the stuff, put Maggie and left.
Yeah, bro. Flag on a play.
Carry on. Continue.
I was actually scared. I was actually scared that Arsenal would beat us. Like that shouldn't be happening in football. Like this, we were at our worst. Davies was not there. Gnabry was not there. Coman got injured. Everybody got injured, and this was Arsenal at their best. Yeah,
it wasn't at our best. I disagree on that point. It wasn't.
But you were beating everybody 7-0 every time.
No. Hold up. But when last did we beat a team 7-0?
Maybe like
on paper, it looks. On paper, it looks like Arsenal team is everyone is fit. But I can tell you, the same way that City team showed up in Chelsea, there are a lot of players in Arsenal that should not be playing. They should be on the bench. They should be resting.
Wait. So are you saying they weren't fit, like they physically fit in
they're carrying injuries.
Like who? No.
That's a normal thing in football to play with.
No. Like who?
Hold on. Let me. Of course, I give you a list. Martinelli got a cut on his leg against, I can't remember a game.
He played,
and then because of that, hold on. He got a cut on his thigh or something in a game. I can't remember what game it was. No, not a medic. Not pedicure. No. It was during a game. The player cut his leg, and then he That's why he didn't go to the international break with Brazil. And since then, he started very, very few games from Arsenal. And even when he's come back, he's looked like trash. So for me, when you say Martinelli, when I say Martinelli, it's not the Martinelli of 12 games ago. He didn't even run at Bayern. That tells me this guy is not ready. That's why he didn't start on the weekend. Okay. He didn't start against Wolves. I'm just being honest. Like I know.
So is that it? Is it just Martinelli?
No, Saka has been carrying an injury for a while.
I think
I'm serious. He's been carrying an Achilles. That's why he got sent off.
I think the injury is from the hose and it sucks.
No. That's why he sent him. That's why England sent him back home. Let's be factual. If you want to think
all the Bayern players were like tip top?
Of course not. Of course not. No, but when he says Arsenal is at their best, no, I'm not making excuses.
Okay.
I'm saying when Dyer said Arsenal was at their best, and I'm saying this is not the Arsenal team that's at its best. This is an Arsenal team that the forward line that really depends on having pace in your two wingers. Those two wingers are not at their best, and one of them doesn't even start. That was his first. Martinelli didn't start any of the two Bayern games. I think he started one and he got hauled off, and in this the second one he came on.
Toby, when I say Arsenal is at their best, this is probably the highest point in the league Arsenal has had in the last 20 years. This is their
That's
best
not true.
period.
No, we were second. Oh, you mean their best period of? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
and this is Bayern's lowest. When we are 16 points Bayern Leverkusen. So if Arsenal are their best and Bayern are their lowest, and we are still dragging, it's
That's
even.
Why we'll be. It's fine. I'm not going to talk.
And I give some credit to Thomas Tuchel. He's going to leave at the end of the season, but I saw some tactical moves there. Okay, this is Saka. Saka is a cutting most of the time. What he did in the second leg was he gave him this guy, Mazraoui, who is a right back. So Saka was basically cutting in onto Mazraoui's stronger foot. Which neutralized, because, if you saw the first leg, he was playing against Davies, and, Davies was kind of useless. So that was how he scored. He was cutting into Davies. But, he couldn't cut into Mazraoui like that. So that neutralized. And, Arsenal has this triangle where they play Odegaard, Ben White, and Saka. That's their most.
Saka,
they concentrate everybody. Like, that's where their attack goes to. So he had to, neutralize them by playing Guerrero and Mazraoui.
Yeah.
I actually give him credit for that.
For sure. I give Tuchel credit, and I said it Bayern deserved to win the game. Tuchel gets all the credit. I saw those tactical tweaks he made, and I'm like, well done. We didn't show up in Europe, and we lost, rightfully so.
Well, but you guys are on the right track. I've seen some.
We're doing this.
Yeah, we have seen some reactionary moves. Sack Arteta at this point. For you to get close, crazy. Even Arsenal, even Arsene Wenger did not get close to Bayern like this. So Arteta is probably the best.
It's not like he got close to Bayern. Bayern got closer to Arsenal. There's a difference.
Actually, it's not. No, I think Arsenal has gotten closer. That's why Arsenal is fighting.
You see, this is why Arsenal fans.
It's fact, but it's fact. No, it's fact.
Crap.
You can't say
you're getting closer and closer, but you never win anything. What have you? You're improving, yes. But you're not.
So let's talk about that. Arsenal improved from 8 years ago. Has Arsenal improved from 8 years ago?
That's a low bar, though. 8 years ago was a low bar for Arsenal.
4 years ago. 4 years ago. What? I don't care. Pick your timeline. 4 years ago. Has Arsenal improved
4 years ago? I don't know. Emery
I think Arsenal. To be fair, Arsenal.
I guess firing Emery was.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let me take comments. And before we go to the next topic, I want to ask Toby one question. Okay, so
it's a serious question.
It cannot be a serious question. It's not serious. It cannot be a serious question.
Henry goes absolutely ETH is here to stay. Thunder fire.
Amen.
Thunder fire.
One more season. Give him time.
Amen.
Give him time.
Henry,
Amen.
Time.
Let's agree.
Four more years.
Assistant coach.
4 more years.
On his mandate we stand.
He needs at least 1 more season. You need rebuild is painful and it can be long and annoying.
It's necessary.
It's not everyone that can buy their way out of a rebuild like Chelsea. Chelsea didn't buy their way out of anything.
We just bought the way further into trash.
They're celebrating it here. Choose impact that way.
Yes.
Ayo goes Ten Hag is an interim manager and is lucky to be here. He has rode his luck due to the transition in ownership structure. Henry goes, AY needs at least one more season. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with Henry.
Of course you do. Henry goes, and let's be real, who will you guys get right now?
That's a very important question for everybody. For everybody.
No, it's not. I hate that question.
Maybe not for Arsenal. Maybe not for Arsenal right now because you guys are riding the high of Arteta. But for Chelsea, it's a question. For Man U, it's a question. For Bayern, it's a question. For Barcelona, it's a question. It's a big question. Who are you getting?
I'll tell you why it's not. Because if you think like that, you never go get the man. I always fought people when they were like, if we sack Emery, who we get? I go, it doesn't matter. If it's not working, you cut thing. Everybody knows you need a new manager, and you go find the manager.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
You don't say, well, let's.
It's like saying I'm in a bad relationship. Yeah. Oh, I can't break up with that because who am I going to?
That's the same mentality Chelsea took when they sacked Tuchel and went to hire that Potter. That's the same mentality we took when we sacked Potter.
But that's the problem.
If anybody talks about Potter here, I will flip my shit.
Benny, hold on.
The problem is that Polish were making the decisions at Chelsea. That's the thing.
But you. Oh, God. Okay, let's just continue.
But you could have two things could be true, right? One is you fire. The second thing is you have to go hire right. But you can't say I'm not going to fire, and then I'm also not going to hire right. You got to fire them first. Then you have to go hire right. You can fire right and still make a mistake in hiring.
Exactly.
Actually,
but you can't keep the guy for another year.
Chelsea's not a good example, Seth. Chelsea's not a good example because that guy should not have been fired at all.
Nah, that cooking was.
Can we speed up through these comments?
Yeah, speed up. I bet go slow. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time, Pastor. Take your time, Pastor.
It's not Arsenal's fault. I never expected it. I never saw this coming.
Joe.
Distracting the guy.
This one is doing backup DJ.
Joe. Violence unleashed. Tuchel outcoach Arteta.
Facts.
Yeah, fine. Fair play.
I
ain't gonna argue with that.
Fault. Arsenal fans with injury excuses again. Hey,
wasn't that an excuse?
Can we build a whole new ground with all those excuses?
I already said Bayern deserved to win. I said Bayern deserved to win, and I gave Bayern credit. And
you're not call Martinelli now collecting stray bullets because he brought his name up.
Henry goes, Martinelli had no business starting that game, though even the goal was on him losing his assignment. Okay. You know what? I don't even have time to ask my dumb question. I wanted to
Thank you, because it was a silly question.
Yeah.
God caught you.
It was actually a real question. It was gonna be. You can answer it maybe towards the end if you have more time. It was gonna be whether you think Arteta is the guy or the guy before the guy. But now let's go to the Wolves Arsenal quick review. Tell us, and you know, I'm sure you watched it. I didn't watch it.
I watched it.
Arsenal games, unless I know they're gonna lose. So yeah, go ahead.
I watched it. I mean, I think it was a professional performance. We changed our midfield. A lot of Arsenal fans I know were complaining when they saw the lineup. They're like, that midfield looks weak. I said, how are you complaining before a ball has been kicked? Like, how do you know the tactics that they're going to play? Like, can you guys calm down? But as far as I'm concerned, 2-0, we had more. We never looked like losing. Was our attack as fluid? But also, this is a weakened Wolves, right? They have 3 of their forwards out. So the game went as expected. If anything, I think if Arsenal was a lot more fluid and weren't managing minutes and managing intensity, because we play again on Tuesday and we play again on. We play on Tuesday. We play Tuesday and then we play Saturday and then I think we play again. I mean, Tottenham, we're going to play Tottenham and Tottenham won't have played a game for 2 weeks. That's how the schedule is looking. They would have had 14 days off. When we play Tottenham, they would have had 13 games days without a game.
Are you playing them on Tuesday or on the weekend?
No, Tuesday we play Chelsea, I think.
Chelsea. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow. I need to watch
that.
Okay.
Yeah, we played Chelsea on Tuesday. So I think it was we got the job done. That's all. There was nothing much to see there.
Are you also going to win the league?
I don't know. I think City has a 98% probability of winning the league before Arsenal. I think we have a 2% chance. Liverpool probably has similar odds. I mean, because Liverpool has to. What's Liverpool? Liverpool is a point behind Arsenal. Is that correct? I can't remember.
I think Liverpool just won today, so they're probably.
Yeah. But even if they won today, I think they're still a point behind us because they lost 2 games on the drop, right? I think Liverpool. Yeah, I think Liverpool has to. I think City has the advantage for sure. And then whether it's Liverpool or Arsenal, no, I can't tell. Like those two have probably similar odds.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be the same as last season. Last season, you guys started on top, finished second. This season,
we didn't start on top this season. You want to know the team that has spent more time on top of the league this season?
You probably finished second as well, except now it's a threesome. So that's
it's fine. And where are you guys? Did you guys start the league with us, or did you start minus 50?
Man City, Real Madrid. I just remember we didn't talk about Man City, Real Madrid. Did you guys feel some sort of justice when Real Madrid beat them? You know, just because of the 115 charges, all that. They're about to win another treble.
I mean, I hate Man City. I don't like Pep Guardiola. That's just me. So I'm always happy.
I know. Yeah. You're Pep Guardiola. Like you're certified. You're like the executive vice president of the hating club of Pep Guardiola.
What?
No, you are. You are.
I am actually.
Yeah, you are. I know. And look, I'm probably right there with you. Yeah.
You guys don't like Pep?
I don't. I really don't. I don't.
Yeah. I don't mind him.
Do I think he's a great coach? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't like him.
Dio, what do you feel about your chances against Ancelotti in the final?
Semi-final. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I am regarding Man City, Madrid. Well, it was decided on penalties. I don't know. I think they were just penalties. A game of chance. City.
Coventry.
Okay. City and Madrid have been playing themselves back to back.
God has thunder I send in your way. Sorry, go ahead.
City and Madrid have been playing each other like back to back for the past 3 seasons, and it's always been like marginal. Like the first season was like I think away goals. Madrid came back like
that was last 2 minutes. Hell of a
So Man City has their way of dominating them. Well, Madrid has their way of surviving too.
And if we still had the away goals rule, City would have gone through, right?
Yes, absolutely. 3 away goals and 1 here. Yeah, they would have gone through. And Madrid, they just had Madrid on the ropes, and it just didn't go in. And once you go to penalties, you just throw it up. Oftentimes, the team that does the most during playing lose, like Coventry today. They did the most they deserve to go through, but the underdog won. So regarding our game against Madrid is a terrible team to face in the Champions League. they can be at their worst. They can be down to five players on the field. They can even field their female team. They will just find a way. They've done it several times. Everybody has suffered it. Liverpool, Man City, Bayern. They will just find their way somehow.
Your mid is weak right now. Bayern's mid has been weak all season. It's been weak.
But the thing is that
Kimmich was never a DM. He's never a DM. Goretzka does what he does, like that. And don't mind me. I'm a Tuchel fan, so I followed him to Bayern when he left. But Goretzka is a good like box to box or whatever. But you need a proper DM. I think you guys never replaced Thiago. Was Alcantara when he left? Nobody ever replaced him because that guy could actually pick out a pass from, the middle of the park. Kimmich has the ability to,
but you have to
be vision.
You have to be on the field to pick out those passes. He has been in Liverpool.
Sick bay.
He should have completed residency right now.
For real, has been in that sick bay for a long time. Man knows all the doctors, but their family.
You're saying he has MD behind his name.
Their family are doing after school, even more than their.
Probably a surgeon right now.
For real, he just saw Dr. Thiago.
Thiago tells the surgeon what to do.
But at Bayern he was immense in that position. I don't know. I guess the coach, the doctors, they are better. But he was immense in that role. And then when he switched and he brought Kimmich in there, that guy has no vision. He's good on the ball, but he plays side to side, kind of like Jorginho without the occasional forward passes. That's the issue with Kimmich. And I think Chuko pointed that out from the beginning of the season. Like we need a midfielder, we need a DM, we need a DM. I say, oh, okay, I'm here now. So Madrid will finish that midfield first. That's one thing I know for sure. Madrid will finish that Bayern midfield. But then again, it's too cool and it's good in knockout football. So I don't know.
So yeah, I totally agree with that because we don't. This season was one of our lowest moments, and the only thing I can take away is that we didn't lose to Arsenal. Even at our worst,
seriously,
we shouldn't be losing.
Congrats.
Seriously, yeah. So
we didn't lose. We didn't lose to Arsenal trophy.
I'm gonna take that. We can't be losing to Arsenal. Even at our worst, we should stay our standards.
You can't be losing.
Everybody else on this call, these other two guys have lost to Arsenal. So yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right. Yeah, they didn't want to hear that still lost to Arsenal. Okay, come here.
I don't remember say itself. Is it not be bad finish for Prince? May not remain small.
It's okay. Oga Kwame, can you tell? Hey, Oga, can you tell Dyer how it feels to lose to Arsenal?
Oh, get out of here.
Then can you tell him how it feels?
I want to take comments. Ayo goes, Liverpool and Arsenal are tied with points, but Arsenal have better goal difference. Oh yeah, all those 6 goals they scored against West Ham. City is winning the league, barring any injuries. Pep is one of the greatest coaches ever.
I beg you.
Anyway, underdog. Yes, we're underdog today. Underdog. Bayern versus PSG final.
Amen.
I've seen that before.
I just want to do a job seriously against PSG. I hope they do. I think Bayern wins against Real Madrid.
You also said that's not
big. Henry must be smoking too. Anyway, let's do Kudos and Donkey. Kudos and Donkey of the week. Dayo, I'm gonna start with you.
I can't remember my kudos because I have too many donkeys. So
okay. You know what? Let's do
one donkey.
And then we'll put donkeys around.
Okay.
Benny, who's your kudos?
Kudos. I'll have to give it to Xabi Alonso.
Okay.
Job well done. And man, he's captured lightning in the bottle, and he's done well. And you can see that the progress, the success there is not just limited to the Bundesliga, but he's also shown it in the Europa League as well. So he's done well. I'm very impressed by what he's done so far. Kudos to him.
Yeah. Toby, I don't even want to hear it, but go ahead. Just tell me.
Kudos of the week goes to Coventry City.
You guys are dickheads.
For creating the most viral FA Cup semi-final memories that I think we'll ever have. That YouTube will be streamed. It's going viral.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
It is.
Some HBO Max things, man. Even the guys that
HBO Max on Netflix, HBO straight.
HBO straight.
So you know it's real shit. HBO straight or Vice. Anyone. Your advice. Not Netflix.
It's Kudos of the Week, Coventry City. I haven't had this much fun in a long ass time. Coventry. Oh my god.
Fun and making you pack.
Look, my kudos has to go to Bayern Munich because I'm not gonna lie to you. I was scared. I thought Arsenal was going through. I saw the way they played that first leg. I'm like, I know it ended 2-2, but these man they're cooking. And then the way they started the game in Munich, I'm like, I don't die. But like Dio said, he gave us that history lesson. And had I known about the history lesson before the game started, I would have been a little more calm. But yeah, shout out Bayern for not putting me to shame.
Past performance is not an indication of future performance. How's your stock portfolio doing? If you keep backing on past performance, you lose.
Quite frankly, my own season ended back in September. So all I had to hold on to.
So you hate watching the season.
Mm-hmm. And Liverpool too. Let's not forget Liverpool. Man like got his hand cut off, bro. Can't lift any trophies with no hands. You know what I'm saying? So running Klopp out of Europe, running Arteta out of Europe. Shout out Atalanta, Pepper Sellers FC. I'm cool with it.
You know what I call them? You know what I call Atalanta?
What?
What's that? What's his name? What's that movie? Tyler Perry FC.
I don't know.
Because Tyler Perry is based in Atlanta.
Oh. Yeah. Actually, I think I'll give Thomas Tuchel his kudos because he came out with a game plan to neutralize Arsenal and make sure that even at our worst, we are still not gonna get done.
Exactly.
Arsenal,
Before we go to Donkey,
we'll get you guys next year.
Dio, before we go to Donkey, Dio, if you guys, I heard one Bayern Munich fan say that I don't care if we win the Champions League, I still want Thomas Tuchel sacked.
Yes, I mean, I'm with him.
Well, he's been sacked already.
He's been sacked already.
But then does the sentiment change if he wins the Champions League?
No, it doesn't change. Because one thing about Thomas Tuchel is to be a great coach, you have to be very tactical and you have to have the human part of it, people management. Yeah. Thomas Tuchel lacks that totally. Like he rubs everybody. Everywhere he goes, he rubs everybody the wrong way. And he creates chaos in it.
He's like,
right? He knows his tactics. That's what he came out with. But
he's a little
everybody in the team will just hate you. The management will hate you. The players will hate you. Like we can't sack out the players for you. So just because you want to be there by yourself.
Yeah. So I think if he gets that soft skills, whatever down, like he's tactically he's up.
Yes, he's up there.
Up there with the
best, especially if he has to determine one game. Like take this guy out in one game. Yeah. Like a Benitez. That's what Benitez was known for. Like
knockout football. That's why he's so good at knockout football.
Yeah, like plan for one game. He can come up with that. But it just it's just like so.
I'm gonna call.
Is whenever the journey is long, that's when he starts seeing his cracks. He doesn't really
he just fights everybody.
So he's a sprinter, not a marathon runner.
Yeah,
he's a sprinter. Yeah, something like that.
Donkey.
I can start. Well, I can have. Of course, I thought it was gonna be Bernardo Silva for that attempted Panenka, but but Nicholas Jackson said he has to win the week. So,
hold my beer. Hold my beer.
Well, whatever Bernardo Silva was trying to do to get it, he redeemed himself yesterday, and Nicholas Jackson snatched it from him. So I think Nicholas Jackson wins the Donkey of the Week.
Okay.
And probably the season.
Okay. Henry says Donkey, Haney, and Arsenal. I don't know what Haney is.
Devin Haney, the boxer.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know what happened.
You don't watch boxing. You guys are not true sports.
He's not giving our donkeys. You've only taken one donkey. How about the other three?
Yeah, donkeys? I was just trying to read comments before we get to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Henry said he's gonna already talking about Tuchel. He has never had man management skills through.
Right.
Okay. Toby, go ahead. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I want to hear from Benny because I know he's a more reasonable person.
Actually, my donkey of the week is not going to be Jackson. Because I mean, you're only surprised if you don't expect trash. My donkey of the week would be the PGMOL. Actually, I don't know if you guys caught the Everton Nottingham game, Nottingham Forest. Oh my God, 3 penalties, clear-cut penalties Stonewall, like
for everything, or
for Nottingham Forest.
Oh wow!
For not 3 stone cold penalties, and the fact that Nottingham Forest kind of told the refs ahead of time, the PGMOL ahead of time, like, look, guys, we need to change the Stuart Atwell, who is the VAR guy. We need to change him because he's a Luton City fan.
Wait, VAR was a Luton fan.
That's the claim. They say Stuart Atwell, who's also an official. He's a Luton fan, right? And they had 3 on-field issues, and then they had like, I don't, whenever we're done with this call, you can go and read the what Nottingham Forest said. They had like a whole statement out there, which was like direct to PGMOL and everything. We want you, we'll explore all. And then Donkey as well, to every, like what's it called, sporting station out there, all the personalities and everything, people like Jamie Carragher, people like all those guys on Sky, trying to talk about how Nottingham were not classy enough, as if there hasn't been a significant issue with officiating this season. As if VAR hasn't been.
Pattern. There's a pattern.
There's a pattern, and today's one was just, you guys want to watch it, just go and watch it. 3 stone cold penalties, and you will think it's hard to think of anything than cheating. It's hard to think of anything other than cheating.
Have you seen those memes where, like, say Man United gets like a penalty, and then they show Ferguson in the VAR room?
No, this was actually like concerning. You know, those ones we actually joke with this, that we get mad and get upset, but this one was concerning 3 like stone wall penalties, and they said no. And then they added a story that the guy is a Luton fan, so you guys go and watch it. And anybody that tries to support that or tries to say Nottingham Forest weren't classy, they're just being stupid, and they're part of the problem, because they try to brush everything under the rug, under the carpet, and say, okay, let's be classy with this. Sometimes you need to fight fire with fire. This is the kind of fire I expected, and I'm really happy Nottingham Forest did that, because PGMOL have been atrocious this year. The referees have been atrocious and everything. They've just been atrocious this year, and they deserve everything that's coming to them. Every kind of heat that's coming to them.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, okay. Toby, I'm ready for you.
My donkey of the week. Actually, Benny beat me to it. My donkey of the week is Gary Neville. Because of his comments after the Forest announcement came out. He came out, he called Forest disgraceful. They have a proud history. They're letting the club down. And he gave no context. This is my issue with Gary Neville and why he's a donkey. If a club makes a statement like that, you put it in context.
Yes.
All the decisions that happened to them this season.
Yes.
They have been the most wronged, factually, from refereeing errors all season. They're in a relegation battle. After being docked, how many points were they docked? 3 points or whatever it is. They're playing a game with Luton. They went to hire Clattenburg to be their in-house referee to help them, because let's be honest, what's at stake is probably 40-50 million. I don't even know what's at stake if they go down, right? So for you to come out,
more than that.
So for Gary Neville, who always protects the establishment, to come out and just talk about optics and how it's not right, like any struggle any of us have ever achieved has been achieved by being nice. Exactly. To me, I'm like, no. Put this, just because they're your employers doesn't mean you don't put it in context. It was like it's like, say, maybe you could have wished the club didn't come out that hard. But
don't
really needs to look at it.
But
to just pick a side and say anybody who criticizes VAR is bad, you're putting the game in disrepute. It's like when Arteta said disgracia and said the 2 hands on Gabriel against Newcastle was never a goal, and then the club put out a statement saying they support Arteta. And I don't like this. I don't care if it's Arteta or if it's Nottingham Forest. It's like the establishment is the establishment.
Yep.
They're trying to protect the status quo to say there's nothing wrong. But if all of us can see that the refereeing standards in England are terrible, and then the appearance of bias is worse, because put yourself in this position. If this was a game with Manchester United and City for the Premiership title, and it came down to this, what will Gary Neville be putting out as a statement?
Exactly.
You'll say it's a disgrace.
Absolutely atrocious. It's just a disgrace.
So this is a club that has PGMOL has apologized to Forest more than any other club.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. They have Forest on speed dial now. On speed dial,
their anger
it's like they have those apologies pre-written. Like they know they're gonna mess up. So I hear you. I mean, of course, my donkey, has to be Manchester United, but bigger. I have to agree with you on Gary Neville. I think Gary Neville specifically. I just have a problem with him. He has a very fractured relationship with honesty, and it shows that he is beholden to those that employ him, and to those that he has some kind of familiarity or relationship, financial or social. With.
Dude said he wasn't going to Qatar. Why did he go?
Huh?
Yeah, he went.
He said he wasn't going to Qatar.
Yeah.
For LGBT things, he said he wasn't going to go because of human rights. And then what happened? Being employed him and his ass was over there.
Exactly.
So I beg you should stop.
And I remember when Ole was still manager. Not one peep from Gary Neville about how
virtue sick. He has no spine.
How many times I've heard this guy talk shit about Ten Hag? Look, I want Ten Hag gone, but I'm not gonna take the shamelessness. It's crazy. But anyway, Henry goes, who class they up? Yeah, I'm listening. Fight fire with fire. And most agree. Yeah, they have. I feel bad for Nottingham. And if they get relegated, I see legal action coming either way. I see legal action coming either way. From Everton, from Nottingham, from any team that gets relegated, especially those that got dock points. It has been another great episode. The cocaine was enjoyed. Listen, everybody here cooked today, and I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for the value.
I honestly heard cocaine was enjoyed. I was like, where?
Oh,
cooking. Okay. I was like, what?
Nah. We don't. Ten Hag has not pushed me to start doing cocaine. No, absolutely. But thank you, Dio, for joining. We appreciated the history lesson. I'm sure Toby appreciated it. Toby, my worst best friend.
My club is doing this.
I hate you.
Your club is doing this.
Get out of here, bro.
It's okay to remove me.
But Benny, good to see you again, bro. Thanks for joining. Always. End of season, we will all reconvene again, and then we'll show our report card. Okay?
What's Manchester United going to finish? Where's Manchester United?
Get out of here. We will have highlights of this show. I think EJ should get that out maybe like tomorrow.
Please, EJ, let me even text EJ and tell her to cut all that nonsense. EJ mute Dio. I'm like, hey, there's not the only one
who has keys to the kingdom, right? And we'll be here next week. You're on YouTube. What's happening? We're on YouTube at Footy Fantasy. We are on Instagram at Fantasy Footy, and on X we are Footy AD Fantasy. Share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until then, peace. We are out.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.